Alright, my friends. Video número dos. If you open this assignment and you don't look at my or listen to this video, if you tried that and you were like, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do, it's okay. That's why these videos exist, so they can kind of help you decide or help you understand what it is you're going to do. So yeah, assignment is a big one. And so what I'm going to do really quick is just kind of go through what you're supposed to do. So this column should look familiar. This column should look familiar because these are both the assignments from yesterday. We have Daniel, we have Sandra, we have what they like a lot, what they like a veces, más o menos, and what they don't like at all. Okay, so then what we have new today is this column in the middle, and guess who you're going to be talking to me about? Yo, yourself, you, which yo actually means I, right? But you will say I, what you like. And so your very first step is you need to organize these words based on how you like them. Now I know your only options are yes, a lot, kind of, and not at all. And I kind of took out a couple of middle steps, but just do your best. So, I mean, just real quick, for me, a couple of examples. Chess, for me, I like it a lot. I'll do 4 just so we have examples. Las fiestas, no me gusta nada las fiestas. I have a funny story about a time I threw a party once when I was like in my 20s. Remind me. I'll tell you that story. La pizza me gusta a veces. And then I have la música rock a veces. My favorite band is actually a rock band, but I don't really do loud noises. And then la comida italiana a veces. Okay, so just so you can kind of get an idea. So this part isn't hard. None of it's really hard, but this part specifically is not difficult. If you go down in the document, you're going to run into, I should have done that here. That's why I made it bigger. Oops. You're going to run into something that looks like this. I think it starts here. It says oraciones con me gusta, me gustan, oraciones con le gustan, oraciones con les gusta, les gustan, oraciones con nos gusta, nos gustan. What is going on here? So, what you're going to do is you're going to create 8 sentences for me using me gusta or me gustan. So, where does this information come from? What does me gusta mean? Me gusta is to describe specifically what you like. The only column we care about here is this middle column. Okay, so you look at your answers in your middle column and we're going to create sentences. So for example, I'm going to say, I like chess a lot. That can be one of my sentences. So I come over here and I say, me gusta mucho el ajedrez. Okay, if I remember, I had one that said, me gusta a veces la pizza. And then I had, no me gusta nada. Look, I use gustan las fiestas. Okay, so that's that. All right, so now let's look at le. Le, if I remember my chart correctly, mete le is if I'm talking about somebody else, one person. So I have 2 different people I can talk about. I can talk about Sandra, I can talk about Daniel. So let's do a sentence from Sandra and a sentence from Daniel. Let's do Sandra likes cars a lot. So I have to remember my rules from yesterday. And I have to say, Sandra, I have to use le, and then I'm going to use gustan, because it's cars, los carros. Oops, you know what I didn't do? I didn't put mucho. I'm going to add mucho at the end, and that's totally okay in Spanish. Le gustan mucho, that's where it goes, really. But I can also put it at the end. Alright, so that's one with Sandra. Let's look at one with Daniel. Daniel, let's do another one. He doesn't like sports at all, my man. So I'll say, a Daniel no le gusta nada los deportes. You, of course, will be typing this, so it'll be a lot easier for you. I'm having to write it. Okay, and so then we get to les. Why les? What is les? Les is more than one person and you're not included. So if we look at les, we only have one option. We have to compare them. They have 4 things in common. 4 things that they like in common. So let me just look real quick. It looks like they both like pizza a lot. That's something they have in common. There's only 4 things. They have to have it in common, right? So a sentence that I could make for that is I could say a ellos, which is optional, les gusta mucho la pizza. Okay? So find what they have in common, the same things that are in the same box as each other, and that's how you make your sentences there. So that's les. And now we need 6 sentences with nos. This may be the most complicated, but not really. Nos tells me there's more than one person and you are included. So what that means, I like that color. What that means is I have to go back and I have to then compare myself with Daniel and then with Sandra and figure out who I share something in common with. Do I share anything in common? I don't like parties. Italian food, rock music. Okay, so I can say me and Daniel like rock music sometimes. So look what I have to do. It's nos gusta. The bad news is here, there's 2 different people you're comparing to, so you have to name them. So I'm going to say a Daniel y, I can't say yo. There is no yo, right? I would have to say a mí. What was it? It was nos gusta. What was it that we have in common? Ah, la música rock. Nos gusta a veces la música rock. So here you will write what you have in common with either Daniel or Sandra. But here, this is what I want you to see. Whenever you're talking about yourself and a group of people, that's the format. A mí, and then it's nos. You always have to have nos gusta or nos gustan, depending on it is what you're talking about. Okay, I know it's a lot. I know there's a lot of steps. I'm hoping this practice will help you. Okay, please don't hesitate to let me know if you have any questions. Gracias.